If you've got questions, we've got answers. AM 1170, The Answer.
Welcome back. Welcome back. You're listening to Whissel Wednesdays here on AM 1170, The Answer. My name's Kyle Whissel, your host with Whissel Realty. Joined as always by the Chargers homer and Trump homer himself, Mr. Jason Hall. We've got JC Agajanian also with Whissel Realty and Sean Smith with South Coast Yachts. So during the break, we were talking a little bit about boating mistakes that people make, and Jason's captain trying to pull away from the dock with the sails up, or people that pull their boat out of the water with the trim up. Well, tell us about this cool new feature that they've got for sailboats when somebody's launching their sailboat into the water.
There's a few things. Most of the boats we sell are large enough to where you're going to keep it in the water permanently. You're going to have this boat in a marina somewhere in San Diego. And some of the features that help with docking are bow thrusters, which the boats in the BVI did not have. Right. Our new 62 has a stern thruster as well. So you've got two joysticks that you can push left or right to literally bring that boat sideways. You've got your throttle to control to go forward and aft. So you can really put that boat anywhere you want.
So with technology, it's like your remote control 60-foot boat that you just launch and just turn it around.
Exactly.
And pull it in and do what you want. That's amazing.
All the power boats.
I mean, we own boats. Kyle and I have 20 something foot wakeboard boats, but wouldn't it be nice just to put it out there and back it out, with the joystick, turn it around, bring it up. That way you wouldn't have to put your wife in it, because a lot of us, you go out with your family and your wife's like, she doesn't
go.
She doesn't want to back in the boat.
Tread
she doesn't
lightly,
want to be in the boat.
Yep. Jason's never running for president after that.
You got to be very safe, right? Yeah. So my kids are now 24 and 25, so they just back in the boat, right? They have no problem. But my wife didn't want to do that. So I wish I would have had that like 15 years ago.
Right.
My wife prefers to back the truck down and let me drive the boat.
Yeah, I get that.
That's how we roll.
Yeah.
But if you're alone, you could do it the getaway and tie a rope to the front of the boat and launch it and then pull the boat over to the dock by yourself.
Hey, as long as you're smart enough to put the rope on.
As long as you have a long enough line and that's attached. So, yeah.
And you're strong enough to pull the boat back to you.
People are surprised a lot of times, though, with these much bigger boats, how easy it is. And a lot of times simpler than that. Backing the truck down is a difficult task, launching the small boat. And then they don't maneuver very well at low speeds. But at low speeds, that's where these big boats really excel with the new systems, like the joystick docking. You grab the joystick in this 60-foot power boat or sailboat. You've got basically a joystick control to maneuver it in a tight quarter. So at those real low speeds, where getting a wakeboard boat on and off a trailer can be a task. You do have to have some momentum. You can literally stop a 50-foot MC5, like something we have in stock, spin it around within its own boat length, and get it in and out of the marina.
See, that's amazing. So the bigger boats are actually easier to control.
I would say so, yes, yeah. with the systems
because
they have.
Features.
Yeah. Right.
The bigger the boat, the more features it has.
Especially when you're dropping, 7 figures onto a boat, too.
Yeah.
Well, we've
talked about easy is relative, in your experience level, and that's something. That's true. We give captains training for anyone that wants to buy a boat and do powerboat and sailboat training. So we'll teach you the right ways to do it. If you just went out for the first time without that guidance, I wouldn't say easy is the right word.
If they're going to buy a boat from you guys are actually going to give them some captain training.
Absolutely. Included is, if you need 8 to 10 hours of training, I'll give you 16 hours of captain's training. It's one-on-one with the captain to make sure you understand how to get that boat in and out of the slip safely. That's really our goal.
Sean, you got a tough job, it sounds like. That sounds like too much fun, right? I'm going to give him some extra training, take the boats out.
Right.
You think it's fun to train somebody how to use a boat, Jason? I don't know about that.
Well,
you're on the water.
There's some really stupid people out there, and
I was in the BVI.
You spent a week on board.
I spent a week with one.
Yes, it can be maddening when you teach somebody how to do something and they just screw it up over and over and call you 100 times.
Yeah.
So I can imagine that they make you earn your money.
Absolutely, but it's a pleasure to do it, right? A lot of people have dreamed about owning this big boat for so long that when you're coming down to actually learn it, they're so engaged, and it always every learning curve is a little bit different depending on what someone wants, but it's always a good experience.
I love it. Again, we're talking with Sean Smith, South Coast Yachts. If you want to connect with Sean, 619-663-SELL, 619-663-7355. You can call us or text us. We'll get you connected.
Yeah, I was going to say, Sean is really experienced too. Before he ever got into the actual sales of yachts, he worked with the sales of yachts. So
right, yes, I was a sail maker and actually still work with Ullman Sails San Diego. We manufacture the sails for sailboats. So that's definitely where I got my start, racing sailboats, just sailing all over Southern California or down to Mexico, anywhere.
So what other fun stories you got for our listeners?
I think the best one is our mutual story of how I made a little rescue of some of your crew in the British Virgin Islands.
We dropped, the wives wanted to do some scuba diving, a little snorkeling, I should say, not scuba diving, snorkeling. And we dropped off an area and went into the local place to get ice. So they had a little place on the island, and the girls were getting stung. So they started looking for a boat they could go to, and they were swimming.
They swam right by the transom of our boat, which was a Beneteau Oceanus 41. Has this big transom that drops down into the water. So we're all sitting there, hanging out with our feet in the water, and seeing them trying to swim upstream.
Yeah, in the BVIs.
Yep.
3 wonderful girls trying to figure out,
We figured we'd be gentlemen and, rescue.
Yeah, so we show up back. We don't find our girls. So we figured, hey, they swam back to the boat. Sure enough, we show up, and, good-looking guy like Sean, Lance, and somebody else was on our boat with our women.
With cocktails.
And they were all having like a good time. We were like, what's going on? It was a fun time, though. They were very good gentlemen. They took care of the ladies, got them from their boat over to our boat, and we appreciate that.
Yes.
And showed our Captain Gilligan how to use a few features of our boat.
Showed him a thing or two.
I want to share this with Captain Gilligan, Jason.
Yeah. No, hey, I've had him on. We're going to have him on. We've talked about it. I had his wife on. She was not happy with him as well. We talked about live on the air one of the days you were gone. So
and that's funny. I went to school with Kaneki's son.
Yeah.
So that was
at San Diego State?
Yeah. No, at Point Loma Nazarene.
All right, Point Loma Nazarene.
Yeah.
All right.
Love it. So we talked about the mega yachts you guys do, the $1 million+ stuff, but where do the Beneteau boats you guys sell, where do they start at price-wise?
You can get a 31, or that's our smallest in the Oceania, something where you could still stay on the night. It has a comfortable interior for $160,000. So that's kind of an entry-level boat where you could basically do everything with.
What's a payment like that? So somebody probably gets, what, a 20, 30
financing on
year
a boat work?
Yeah.
Financing on a boat is very similar to a home. We're seeing people get 20-year mortgages, 20% down, somewhere around 5%, or just, that's obviously subjective. But it's really the same. And a lot of people, if they're owning the boat for 5 years, well, you've financed this boat for 20 years. So it's a very affordable monthly payment. So I think it surprises
like
a lot of people.
$500-$700 probably, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can get the Oceanus 41, what we were on in the BVI, for around $320. So you're gonna have a condo on the water, basically, for a lot less than waterfront property. But you can also take it to Catalina. You can go down to Mexico. You can have Captain Sean Smith train you to use it.
Where the boats get used, the maintenance, and that's why I want a newer boat, or go with a great person like yourself, Sean.
Right.
But also the marina, right? What's a marina cost?
They call them slips. But,
Thank you.
Yeah. The slips are monthly leases here in San Diego. Some areas will sell the slip, like Santa Barbara, but in San Diego and Newport Beach, you have a monthly slip fee, and it's by the length of the boat, so approximately $20 per foot per month. So that 40-foot slip for that Oceanus 41 is going to cost about $800 a month.
Right, it's more than the payment on. That's why I was asking.
Probably the same, yeah.
But if some of these people live on it, right? So you think about it this way: if you're paying $300-$400 for that, $800 there, you can live for $1,200 on a boat, which is cheaper than anybody's getting rent in a nice neighborhood. Right, Kyle? Unless they're in Buffalo.
What's the average two-bedroom apartment in San Diego? $2,500 or something like that? $2,000. Yeah. So for the same, you could definitely live on it.
Yeah, and we see a lot of people do that. Now, one of the boats I was talking about before the break, and we're getting ready to come up with another one here, is the catamaran. There was a 50-foot catamaran, triple-decker, 4 cabins. Did you see that? Do you know something about those boats?
Yeah, was
that one of your boats? Or?
Group Beneteau manufactures lagoon catamarans, and that's a lot of the boats that are in the BVI. That catamaran, it could have been the Lagoon 63. or Lagoon 630, which I believe was that boat. So 63-foot, monstrous power boat, amazing luxury, those things.
And those are things that they were renting out there, so you can rent
charter
something
those,
like that. So, all right, well, again, you're listening to 1170 AM The Answer. If you got any questions when it comes to boats, yachts, hit us up on our text line, 619-663-7355. That's Sean Smith, South Coast Yachts. Sean, we appreciate you coming in. You can stick around for the last...
Thank you, sir. Of
one
course.
more? We got one more segment. We'll be right back.